Hello everybody, welcome back to another video of Grand Summoners, and today's video is going to be pretty quick, I hope. Right now we got new units. We have two specific units that are pretty broken, and we have the Fate that is back, including some events that are back, and including the story chapter has a very good defense equip. I believe it is. So let's get right into it. In the background you can see we have Fire Ovel. We also have Mizette, who is pretty busted with her ability with the barrier and also stacking of damage. And then we have Fire Ovel, like I mentioned before, who is pretty busted in his own way. He's dual bladed, so I love that. He has two swords, and I freaking love that. And then obviously he has a lot in his kit. So why am I bringing those two up? It is pretty simple. Right now I think it's a good time, if you're one of those people that like to re-roll, to have, like, I guess the best units you possibly can, it is pretty much a good time to re-roll. The reason being is because you have the 8th anniversary unit, which is Orvel, or I guess our King Orvel, and then we have Mizette for, I guess, for light units too. So you have two good light units already, and then you have the Summer Fate, and then regular Fate. From Summer Fate, you can actually get Chloe. If you can get, well, you can actually get Chloe from Summer Chloe from the ticket exchange. We got a ticket, so there should be no excuse why you can't have Summer Chloe. So you have 3 good units, and then you have the Fate, OG Fate, and the best unit obviously to have right here is none other than Shiro. So off the bat, your team should look something like this. Your team should look like this, with Shiro, Orvel, Mizette, and Summer Chloe. You have your healer, your stack damage, your damage dealer, and then your tank or mitigation unit. So this team is pretty possible for you guys if you want to reroll, try to get the best unit you want. This is probably the optimal team I recommend you to get if you want to reroll. If you don't want to reroll, that's fine. Eventually you'll get these units. Eventually they'll release other units that will surpass the current ones that are meta. That's the theme of a gacha game. But yeah, this is a pretty possible team. Is it realistic? No, but it is pretty possible. Now to the main story chapter. You do have a very decent equip. It is a 5-star equip that is actually pretty good. It reduces all allies light and physical damage by 20% for 20 seconds. It's on a 40-second cooldown, but this equip is pretty decent in case you're lacking. So I would farm like 2 at best. I personally like it. And then obviously we have the 8th anniversary daily quest. Make sure you guys do this daily. You do get some good items, some good drops. Just make sure you farm them daily. You don't need high luck units if you don't have them, but just do the best you can. And then you also have Mizette's story chapter that you can farm her equip. Her equip is actually pretty fucking good. If the user's light unit increases crit rate by 100% for 10 seconds. This is more so like a nuke equip, because you increase your crit rate by 100% and it's only for 10 seconds. Yeah, definitely a nuke equip, but again, if you don't have better equips, then obviously farm this. I would suggest farming maybe 1 to 2, depending on your roster, but you should be fine with like just 1. Then you have the Summer Fates, and you have Sakura's Mask, which is actually still pretty good in my opinion. Increases magic damage by 60% for 10 seconds. If the user is a human unit, increases the equipment CT speed by 30% in 10 seconds. That's still pretty good. And then we also have Mew, Straw Hat. If the user's a fire unit, increases crit rate by 100% for 10 seconds. That's also a quote-unquote nuke equip, but you have pretty decent ones. You also have the water one, increases arc H by 30, increases magic damage by 40% for 15 seconds. This is they have good equips here and there. But definitely Orvel and Mizette equips are pretty good. Summer Fate, regardless, is pretty good. And then you have OG Fate, which is also pretty good themselves. You have you have Ilya's defense equipped 4-star, by the way. Reduces all allies damage by 10% for 20 seconds. Light units get an extra 10%. So, and then you have the BE output. So, it's still pretty good. Then you have Mew's costume. Increases magic damage by 50% for 10 seconds if the user is a human unit and autofills Arcage by 2 for 10 seconds. You also have that light killer right there. And then you have the support, which I mean the more support equips you have, the better. Increases all allies Arcage by 10 if the user is a human unit, 10 more. So it's like a burst arch gen if you need it. But you do have Arc Ignite, which does a lot more better, which you can farm in the side quest. The most important part for this video is actually farming the Type 0 event. You have all these equips to farm, and all of them are pretty good. But the one you want specifically is a Gem of Reichsrum, Grudge, and Magic Sword Type 0. You want to get these two, and then everything else you could probably farm like 1 or 2, or 2 to 3. But the one you want is obviously Type 0. Now, you don't need to max limit break at all, but you just need to level them up to max. And that is it. You don't need to max limit break them, like make them 10 out of 10, like up here, where it says 5 limit break. You don't need to do that. You just need to level it up to like level 10 to get the effect of the 50 Arcage. For example, I have about 5, but I haven't really... I mean, I limit broke 1 to like LB5, but everything else is like at LB4 or like LB1. You just need to farm as much as you can, and I highly recommend you get as many as you can and try to level them up as much to like level 10 at best. The reason being is because you use this equip for like nukes. It makes your nuking so much easier, so much faster, and that's all I recommend you guys do. Like it's not that hard to farm, but in case it is, you know, there's always you can always just let me find it really quick. You can always just click on the event, click on special EX, and then you can actually hit multiplayer, and then you know, make your party decent for like other people to join, and then you want to enable chat, experts needed, or you don't want high luck wanted. Because if you do anyone welcome, then you might have like people that, you know, that's just want to joke around, I guess. But if you do expert needed, they know that you really need to farm this equip. Or high luck wanted is like saying that, hey, I can farm this, but I need high luck units to get the most benefit. And that's pretty much it. But that's pretty much it. Also, if you're trying to farm your units, you know, the easiest way is actually go to training, cross battle, and then you want to put 2 high units in there, and then you just want to farm as much as you can. But again, that all depends on you guys, what you're trying to do for your team. I'm just saying what's out there, man. It's been a while since I uploaded a video. I did do a ton of multis for Orville, however I didn't record. I think the most multis I've done for this sucker was like 21 multis at best. And that was pretty painful, man. I had like 15k gems, but yeah, 21 summons, man, for this little sucker right here. Miss Zed, I got super lucky. I got her like in my 7th summon. I've been liking on summon videos. I should probably do more summons. But that's pretty much it. Nothing crazy, guys. Hopefully Lady Luck was on your side and you got Orville and Mazette. Obviously you could get Chloe. Summer Chloe is probably the best unit to get for free. And then everything else follows suit. Shiro, if you can pull Shiro's amazing still. My man is busted. But yeah, that's pretty much for today's video. Let me know how your luck went, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Alright guys, bye bye.